Good evening. Cardinal George Pell is a free man tonight with the blessing of the highest court in the land. He's praised its decision to acquit him of historic child sex abuse convictions, but his opponents say they've lost faith in the justice system.
Hello, I'm Isaac Butterfield and I endorse the Catholic Church because they've all got great morals, they're good people, and obviously they have amazing legal counsel. I'm a big fan of your work. Please don't sue me. As if right now people don't have the shits with the world's current affairs. People have lost their jobs, they're locked inside their homes, they're freaking out, they're worried and they're anxious, and then this shit happens. Yesterday to find out that a previously convicted... Honestly, I can't even say that word at risk of slandering this bloke. So I'll just say a previously convicted George Pell was released from jail. And once again, let me just absolutely assure you that everything I say in this video is alleged, because obviously he has an amazing legal team brought to him by the Catholic Church, and they could figuratively catch me in the wine cupboard and fuck me once again figuratively in the mouth with all their dicks. Figuratively, allegedly, etc. Over a year ago, Cardinal George Pell was sentenced to prison. He was convicted of 5 specific sexual offences alleged to have been committed on 2 occasions in the mid-1990s when he was the Catholic Archbishop of Melbourne. Alleged. Obviously these have been proven not to be real now. And since that moment he's been rotting in prison. George Pell was the chief financial officer, or thereabouts, for the largest organisation in the history of the world, the Catholic Church. An organisation with enormously deep pockets and huge bank accounts. I guess that happens when you don't pay tax. Pell was like most priests. Take from that sentence what you will. He was accused of being a pedophile, even though that has been quashed now by the High Court of Australia. But honestly, I really think that priests all over the world cannot be trusted. Because if that was any other profession, say plumbers, if a certain percentage of plumbers were raping children, you probably wouldn't trust fucking plumbers anymore. But alas, it's not all priests. Fucking who gives a shit? It's some of them. It seems every single day more and more stories, allegations and convictions against priests in the Catholic Church come to light. And that's only the ones that have happened in the last 10 to 40 years and even earlier. And that begs the question, what has been happening for the last 50 years, the last 100 years, the last 1,000, 2,000 years? How much of this horrible, most atrocious things that you could do to a young human being, how much of that was going on before we started recording these things, these allegations? It is a fucking horrible thought to have. As for Pell, it was decided by the High Court that they could not prove beyond reasonable doubt the accusations that were made by 2 people in particular, and one of which had died. So it all relied on one person. Of course, in the eyes of the law, he is innocent, and I think it's a good thing that you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that someone is guilty. Otherwise, people could just come out and say anything they want about you, and you could be put in jail because of that reason. They're only able to have one piece of evidence come from one person because the other person that was accusing Pell, he committed suicide. Take from that what you will. But one thing is for sure, I can take facts, and I can say these about Pell and the church. Alright? Shall we? At a World Youth Day event, Pell said abortion is worse than priests sexually abusing young boys. Really? Removing a fetus from the womb of a lady that doesn't want it there is worse than fucking children? Fuck you to the moon, George. That prick said that at a World Youth Day in 2002. What the fuck? When Pell was locked up, his lawyer described one of Pell's offences as a plain vanilla, this is a quote, plain vanilla sexual penetration case where the child is not actively participating. Fuck you to the moon, George. There's no doubt within my mind and most people within the community's minds that people within the church, particularly ones with power, have been covering up horrendous and heinous atrocities throughout their organisation for a long fucking period of time. And I really hope this doesn't affect people who have been abused by these systems, whether it be the Catholic Church or the Boy Scouts or in school, whatever. If you have been abused, don't let this scare you even more into the corner. You need to come out and you need to talk about this, and the people who did these horrible things to you, they need to be held accountable for their actions. Ladies and gentlemen, this fucking really pissed me off, this whole situation. I was really shitty. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes there's things that we can't really change ourselves, but we can voice our opinions about them. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Midik stinks, and I'll see you all very soon for another video.